striking just before midnight made the situation especially chaotic. Fireworks displays were cancelled across several major cities as local authorities prioritized safety and stability. Eyewitnesses described scenes of panic as people in crowded urban centers ran from restaurants and high-rise buildings while alarms echoed through the night. I was celebrating with my family when everything started shaking violently, said a resident from Taipei. The lights went out, dishes fell from the shelves, and we just ran outside. Everyone was terrified. It felt like the ground was alive. In Fuzhou, China, surveillance footage showed high-rise towers trembling as glass windows shattered and car alarms went off in unison. Local authorities quickly issued safety advisories, urging people to stay away from old buildings and cliffs until aftershocks subside. Meanwhile, in Japan's Okinawa Prefecture, the meteorological agency confirmed that tremors were strong enough to disrupt public transport and power lines, though no major infrastructure failures were immediately reported. Infrastructure damage and power outages. Power grids across parts of Taiwan and eastern China temporarily went down following the quake. Engineers worked throughout the night to restore electricity to hospitals, communication towers, and airports. In Kaohsiung, a section of an elevated highway reportedly cracked, forcing traffic diversions and emergency inspections. Taiwan Railways suspended all train operations until early morning, citing safety checks. In Japan, several local flights were delayed or rerouted due to precautionary measures taken by air traffic control authorities. China's National Earthquake Administration confirmed that aftershocks measuring between 4.0 and 5.3 continued to rattle the region hours after the main tremor. Experts warned that additional quakes could occur in the coming days, urging residents to remain cautious and stay tuned to official updates. Scientists analyzed the quake. Seismologists from regional observatories explained that the earthquake likely originated along the boundary between the Philippine Sea Plate and the Eurasian Plate, one of the most seismically active regions on Earth. The tectonic stress in this zone has historically produced some of Asia's most devastating earthquakes. According to early assessments, the quake's epicenter was located beneath the seabed near Taiwan's eastern coast at a depth of roughly 25 kilometers. Professor Kenji Nakamura, a geophysics expert from Tokyo University, told NHK World, "The energy release from this quake was extremely high. It's part of a long-term pattern of stress accumulation in the region. Because of the location and depth, it was felt across multiple countries simultaneously, from Japan to southern China." International reactions in support. As news of the disaster spread, governments across Asia expressed solidarity with the affected regions. Rescue teams in neighboring countries were placed on standby to offer assistance if needed. Regional cooperation centers in Beijing, Taipei, and Tokyo established real-time communication lines to share seismic data, ensuring that emergency measures remain coordinated. Meanwhile, humanitarian organizations began mobilizing resources. The Red Cross in both China and Taiwan announced rapid response teams to provide food, clean water, and medical assistance to those affected. Volunteers across the region use social media to offer transportation, shelter, and aid for displaced families. New Year's Eve turned into a night of uncertainty. For millions of people, the earthquake transformed what was meant to be a joyful night into one of fear and anxiety. In city squares once filled with music and celebration, now stood rescue teams, firefighters, and paramedics working under flashing lights. Fireworks were replaced by the sounds of sirens, and helicopter blades cutting through the cold night air. As morning broke over East Asia, news anchors continued broadcasting live updates showing rescue efforts and the latest government statements. The Japan Meteorological Agency, Taiwan Central Weather Bureau, and China Earthquake Network Center are now closely monitoring seismic activity in the region. Analysts predict that the event could prompt stricter building regulations and renewed public discussions about disaster preparedness. This powerful New Year's earthquake serves as a grim reminder of how fragile life can be in the face of natural forces. Despite advances in technology and early warning systems, the unpredictability of the Earth's movements continues to challenge humanity's resilience. A message of hope. Even amid destruction, stories of heroism and compassion are emerging. Firefighters rescuing families from collapsed homes, neighbors helping strangers find safety, and doctors working through exhaustion to save lives all serve as proof that in moments of disaster, the human spirit endures. While Asia begins the new year under tragic circumstances, the strength and unity of its people may become the foundation for recovery and rebuilding. As rescue operations continue and the region slowly regains its footing, one truth remains clear. Nature may shake the ground, but it cannot break the will of those determined to survive. In the final hours leading up to the New Year celebrations, a massive and terrifying earthquake struck parts of East Asia, shaking China, Taiwan, and Japan almost simultaneously. The quake, which registered a preliminary magnitude of 7.8, caused widespread panic across several cities, leaving millions rushing into the streets as buildings swayed violently and alarms blared throughout the night. According to reports from major international outlets such as CNN, NHK Japan, CCTV News, and Taiwan Central News Agency, the powerful tremors were first detected off the eastern coast of Taiwan around 11:48 p.m. local time. Within seconds, the shaking spread across the region, with intense jolts felt in Fujian and Guangdong provinces in China, as well as parts of southern Japan, including Okinawa and Kagoshima. Witnesses described the terrifying moment as a rolling motion that seemed endless. In Taipei, skyscrapers swayed for more than a minute, setting off car alarms and triggering emergency alerts on smartphones. In Fuzhou, China, thousands evacuated apartment towers in pajamas and coats, gathering in open spaces as aftershocks rippled through the night. Widespread power outages and building